Hello everyone, welcome to SC2 Noob School. As always, I'm your professor, Trebus, and today we're going to be looking at how to defend a Thor drop on Lost Temple. Now, before I go into anything, I just want to thank SC Chaos Theory, one of my Twitter followers. If you're not following me on Twitter, go follow me. My Twitter name is twitter.com/TrebusSC2. And yesterday I tweeted out, first person to reply to this gets to choose the next race that my video is going to focus on. SC Chaos Theory said, I want a Zerg video, so here you go, Zerg video it is. Please go follow me, twitter.com/TrebusSC2. Okay. So, this is going to be how to defend a Thor drop on Lost Temple. This is one of the, honestly, the most deadly strategies that can happen to you as a fast expanding Zerg player in particular. Basically, if you don't know what it is, the turn player gets a Thor right here or right here. They can pick off drones, they can take off this geyser. In, I think, in most of the positions they can actually hit the hatchery. I think there's maybe one position where they can't touch it just due to whatever. But yeah, so we're going to cover 4 different replays and how to defend it in the different ways, and hopefully we'll see some things go right, we'll see some things go wrong, and hopefully be able to figure out exactly the best way to defend against a Thor drop. So the first thing you obviously have to do to defend a Thor drop is scout it. And we're just going to watch here. I'm not going to bother introducing the players, it doesn't really matter all that much. Although this is Slush. Hi, Slush. Okay, so Slush, he sees 2 gas going down. He actually goes for the gas steal, which would have been really nice, but he misses the gas steal. He sees 2 quick gases before the factory even starts. So immediately Slush knows that there's a lot of tech coming. He doesn't know whether it's Cloaked Banshees or Thor drop, although he is playing his teammate QXC, so maybe he knows that a Thor drop's coming. Either way, I'm going to fast forward a little bit. As you can see, Slush went for a fast expand. And really, this is the part where it becomes very hard for the Zerg player to scout anything going on. Okay, so here's the first part of the defense. Just get an Overlord over here. Get sight so that you can actually see up this cliff if a Thor does come. The other nice defense to have is at least a Spine Crawler. Spine Crawlers are nice for defending all kinds of things. They're also nice for defending Thor drops. So I'm going to keep fast forwarding. Slush actually does no scouting, and so he actually has no idea this is coming for quite some time. I believe he does see something happening over here. Let's see, he sees a Hellion coming in. Seeing a Hellion, he's obviously there's a factory, but he's still not spinning gas, so yeah, probably a Thor drop. That's probably what he's thinking. And in terms of defense, he has no particular defense for the Thor drop yet. So let's see what's going to happen here scouting wise. This Overlord up here looks like it's not going to see anything. It's going to see a command center, and this could be a tip off of a Thor drop. Generally, it's nice to be able to expand behind your Thor drop because it's an uber contain that happens there. Okay, let me back up real quick. Alright, here's the first thing Slush sees that lets him know this is very likely a Thor drop. He's got some Zerglings here at the Watchtower. Very smart, always smart to do that. And he sees a line of SCVs coming down. Now the only reason that these SCVs would be coming down is because they're going to get medevaced up here to repair the Thor on the cliff. So very, very smartly, this is great awareness by Slush. He's bringing out his Zerglings, trying to take down as many of these SCVs as he possibly can. And taking down 1. Yeah, looks like he only takes down 1 SCV. Nice attempt anyway, and a lot of these SCVs are very hurt. He could have actually done huge things if he actually managed to take out all those SCVs. Okay, so here's where the rest of the defense comes in. Obviously, the Thor can hit the hatchery from here, so this is going to take a lot of patience on his end. He already had a Spire coming out, so where is that Spire? Where's that Spire? There's a Spire. Okay, so he's got his Spire coming out, so he's going to try to defend, likely, with the Mutalisks that eventually come out. Thor's wailing away at the hatchery. Can't really do anything yet. He doesn't notice how he doesn't try to do anything with his queen. He doesn't bring his other queen over here to try to do anything. He's bringing no Zerglings, nothing like that. He knows that there's no way a queen is going to take out a Thor. They can maybe take out an SCV, but probably nothing else. So don't commit units if you don't have to. Okay, so these Mutalisks do come out. He loses the hatchery. And what's his defense? Well, his defense is over here. This is his entire defense. I'm not going to be able to save that. I'm just going to expand somewhere else and go just entirely sack his main and just do whatever he can with these Mutalisks. Let's look at when he actually sent out that first drone. Or that drone to do the expansion. So, fast forward. Because he actually does make this decision quite early. He realizes he just simply cannot defend this Thor drop and is just going to sack it. And sometimes that can really be the best strategy. Rather than lose, you know, a couple queens, a couple spine crawlers, a bunch of whatever else, a bunch of overlords. Okay, so losing his spine crawler. Let's look when this drone actually comes out. Sees it happening. His hatchery's taking damage. And then, there we go. There's his drone coming out, gonna go expand. Very premeditated, he knows he's gonna lose that. And honestly, when you look at the supply, let's look at the supply here, just as we're fasting forward. You see, QXC's a little bit ahead right now. Well, he was ahead. But really, Slush has not lost a whole lot here. Not lost much at all, because this expansion's coming out late. He's getting this expansion up quickly. He's still got a lot of drones that he can saturate those expansions with, and he's using his extra minerals to expand again. Looking at the everyone cam, look at how much QXC is committed to this. He's basically committed a Thor, a Viking, a Medevac, several SCVs, plus their mining time, and 2 missile turrets. So my question is, did QXC even actually come out ahead of this? That was 300 minerals there for the expansion, but there's way more than 300 minerals here. So I think this game just goes to show a legitimate way to defend is to just sack whatever you have and expand elsewhere. This is the best option if you know that there's no way you're going to defend it. Okay, alright, let's move on to the next game. Okay, in this game, this is Kiara versus some other dude. Don't know who either of them are. But in this game, we're going to see a lot of mistakes on how to defend this. Wow, get in the box. Alright, so first we just talk about scouting real quick. It's oftentimes very difficult to scout, but he's coming in, seeing a gas. Nothing much to see here. Goes for the gas deal. And then from here on out, he's going to cancel it a couple times. And the only inkling that he has that the Terran player actually really wants that gas is he pulled SCVs off so that he could take that gas and not just have it canceled over and over again. So he still has really no idea that a Thor drop is coming out, but he's got to be thinking about it just because these are the most difficult positions to defend it from, because the Terran player just has to, this short little rush distance, short little fly distance, right over here to your drop, to your cliff where you can drop. Not a problem at all. So here we go, again. The main defense to this is, or at least the first line of defense is getting that Overlord up. Now our Zerg player here is going for a really fast lair, so he goes ahead, spread creep up here if you can. It'll just give you vision in case, you know, your vision gets denied. He's also getting a creep tumor up there just to be ultra certain that he doesn't lose vision up there. So that is one good thing. I'd say that's the one good defense Kiara had in this, is making sure you have vision up there. All he does is just lay a creep tumor there and then hop it up there with the sight of his Overlord. Okay, so he sees the drop coming in. This time it's 1 Thor and 2 Marines. So again, very common Zerg theme, patience. Hatchery's taking damage. He's got 3 Mutalisks in production. His Spire finished not too long ago. There's a Spire, and here's a mistake right here. Going in with Spine Crawler. Actually, you know what? This isn't too much of a mistake. He's going in with the Spine Crawler and his Queens and Zerglings, which actually did a reasonable amount. These Zerglings took a lot of hits because the Terran player was not microing his Thor completely well. Look at all the hits that the Thor does on the Zerglings instead of, you know, killing the Queen or killing the Spine Crawler. Takes down 1 Queen, and now 1 shot on Zerglings, 2 shots, 3 shots. Wastes 3 shots on Zerglings. So that's not, you know, it's at least something, right? Trying to be positive here, people. Come on. Okay, so he's going to build up a couple Mutalisks. He's got 3 Mutalisks. His hatchery's about to go down. He's getting scared, and he's going to come in here, try to do some damage. How do I rotate the camera? And here's a big mistake. He's targeting the first SCV, and then misclick. He's not targeting the SCV. He's firing on the Thor. Never going to take down the Thor with 2 Mutalisks. Desperately needs to take down that SCV, because as soon as you take down the SCV, the power of this Thor is diminished hugely. So that is a key mistake. You really have to get rid of that. You really have to get rid of that SCV really fast. And the hatchery does go down. Another mistake. Going in here once again, not targeting the SCV, only targeting the Thor. Medevac can heal the SCV. SCV can heal the Thor. It's a healing chain going on here. You don't want to fight into that. And once again, he manages to run his Thor away. Oh, this is just such a sad defense for Kiara. Sad indeed. SCV is back to full health, manages to keep his medevac alive on hold position right there, and he's going to get to repair up his Thor once again. Sending a single Mutalisk in, that's no good, although he does take out a medevac. That's necessary, but he didn't have to do it right then. It'd be much better if he just saved up until he had, 8 Mutalisks, or however many. Lose the hatchery. If you don't have enough Mutalisks to win the battle, lose the hatchery. Do it later. Go for an expansion somewhere and then defend with your Mutalisks. His other method of dealing with this harass is going for Zergling attack at the front to try to deny this expansion. I think that's a good idea for sure. Whoa! Runaway queen. Or just walk away really slow. That's fine. You're the queen after all. The hive cluster is under attack. The queen. Okay, so Mutalisk coming in here. Look at how much this SCV is changing the course of this battle. Thor has 15 kills. This SCV might as well have about 10 of those. He's that important. So going in for this harass, unfortunately it's just too little, too late. Already a bunker up and a sizable army. It's not really going to do much of anything. Finally, this time, whoops, goes in, takes out the SCV, and then with just 2 Mutalisks and 2 queens, he's got enough to take out this Thor. Well, close. Close to enough. But you see the pattern we're seeing here, where he's going in, committing with not enough units, losing a lot of units and having to pull back and try again. You need to clear out this in one fell swoop. In fact, he almost loses his hatchery for a second time. So a lot of mistakes there. The good thing to take away is to get creep up here. You notice he never had to fight to get overlords to get sight. He just automatically had sight. So that's really the only good thing from this. The lesson to learn is don't attack into it unless you know you can defend it. Like the previous game, if you know you can't defend it, expand somewhere else until you can defend it. Alright, next game. Alright, in this third game here we're going to see, some more good, some more bad. This is OGS. I'm sure that's a team account, of course, versus Rhett. Although this is not Rhett playing Terran. Don't know what it is. Someone else playing on Rhett's account, I'm sure. Okay, so talking about scouting. It's really not going to get scouted for a long time here. Some bunker shenanigans going on, blah blah blah. Get spine crawler up, which is, pretty much universally nice to have. Just one spine crawler. Especially if you need to do some bunker poking. And here's the first instance that the Zerg player will really have any idea that this is coming. I think this is a really good idea. First of all, he sees a command center, so he knows there's probably something going to, buy that command center. So he suicides an overlord, sees an armory, and his very first reaction is another spine crawler. Spine crawlers are really nice to have for this kind of defense. He also gives a transfuse on the other spine crawler. Not a bad decision in my opinion. Yeah, spine crawlers can be really key to defending a Thor drop. They outrange Thors, although Thors can outdamage them quite easily. So forced to cancel that spine crawler, doesn't quite get it up in time. And the Thor is just gonna wail away on this hatchery. Now, OGS already had a Roach Warren, And so that was kind of luck of the draw that he happened to have that roach horn already, because I think roaches can often be the best way to thwart a Thor drop. So pumping out 9 roaches at the moment. Getting a little bit over eager, losing a queen or two. Yeah, losing 2 queens. Not good. I think he actually could have waited a little bit longer, wait for this hatchery to get a little bit lower. Going with more units. Notice OGS is going to have a little bit of trouble getting sight up there the whole time. He's going to have to just scoot overlords around here and here and here. Getting some nice shots off on the Thor, but of course, can always pick up and run away. And really, OGS needs to get down those critical SCVs right now. Now, this is another theme you'll see fairly often in these games. These Zerglings are not going to be very useful. Might as well send them somewhere else where they can do something useful. In this case, they're going to deny this expansion and just force it to lift off. They're not going to defend the Thor drop. Might as well send them and see if they can do anything. So hatchery sitting here with about 300 health. Pretty close to death, in my opinion. I'm going to turn on everyone vision. Just looking up here, we have, let's see, Fat Thor, get out of the way. 3 Marines and 1 SCV. The Marines are to kill Overlords, to help the Thor kill Overlords. Thor is choosing to go on this side, where you can hit about 3 mineral patches, as well as that Vespian Geyser, if it's there. Or you can come on this side and try to hit the hatchery. Now he's building up a nice size army of roaches. Notice he's just able to play a game like normal right now. The Thor is not going to completely shut down this expansion. He's got enough roaches to make sure that doesn't happen. He can always pick up his Thor and run away, but you know, he's not having to go for anything super huge. Okay, so here's the other big defense that he's going for here. The speed upgrade and the drop upgrade for Overlords. Ventral Sacs and Pneumatized Carapace. God, Zerg upgrades are the weirdest sounding things ever. Yeah, that's just going to allow him to drop some roaches up here, drop some Zerglings up here. Really nice way to finally shut down this defense if you're not going Muta. If you're going Muta, you can just send some Mutas up there, take care of it. But if you're not getting any kind of air units, really getting these drops is the only way you're finally going to get rid of this if you can't just straight out take out the Thor via, you know, just some mismanagement by your opponent. Nice pickup by Red. That would have actually been a lot of damage, a lot of roaches hitting there. And OGS getting confident, even thinking he can take this extractor here. So looking at units lost, you can tell the Terran player has done quite a bit of damage, but notice he has kept this hatchery up. He was able to delay the command center. Let's look at resources real quick. It is 87 for the Terran versus 96 for the Zerg player, so he's not in terrible position at all. And I think these roaches were the biggest credit to him. So once again, a little overeager, losing the extractor. And finally, doing a drop up here, although something tragic happened. Let me back up real quick. So here he loads up for his drop. Oh, maybe it's the next drop that happens. Dropping 4 roaches and just a measly 2 Zerglings. I think this was a little bit of an undercommitment to this kind of defense. Although, interesting strategy. He just goes to clear out the rest of the units, and then he's not scared of this Thor anymore. As soon as the rest of the units are gone, Thor is not a scary thing. Now, this is definitely a big mistake. Takes the Overlord with the least amount of health. Kablam! All those Zerglings die, splatting to the ground. And dropping only 4 roaches. This is not going to be enough roaches to defend this. Once again, another example of undercommitment to the defense. If you're going to defend this, you need to be sure that you're going to defend it. And then finally going for one more drop. This is officially cleared out. During that whole time, he was able to get another expansion up. And overall, not in terrible position. He's definitely losing on the units lost tab for sure, but at least in resources he was able to keep up, and he's able to keep this expansion. So not too bad at all. Alright, we're going to look at one more game. Alright, so we got one more game. This is Paranoid versus Lucifer. Gonna keep this quick. Actually, in this game, the Zerg player is not able to get any scouting information off. He actually chooses to scout quite late. And already a wall up, so he's not even going to get to see any gas. But what he is going to see is that there's only only mineral units up here. And smartly, look at this. This is really cool. I've never seen anyone do this. I guess this is a tribute to Paranoid's name. He's really scared of drops, so he's setting up this little conga line of Zerglings, scouting this entire side of the map. That's really cool. I like that a lot. But other than that, he really has no clue this is coming. Like any good Zerg though, he's probably aware that this is a strong possibility, so he's getting a Spinecrawler set up in a position where it can hit this cliff. Now the second he does see this come, there, pause, sees the Thor drop coming, and the first thing he gets is pneumatized carapace. Unpausing, second thing he's getting is ventral sacs. As you can see, once again, he already has committed to Roach Warren. One theme you can take away from defending a Thor drop is if you're just now scouting the Thor drop, you have to commit to stopping the Thor drop with what you already have. There's no time to switch to roaches, or there's no time to switch to Mutalisks or something like that. You have to use what you already have. So if you already have roaches and they're not going to be able to make their way up here, getting the drop and speed upgrade for Overlords is a really good idea. Okay, this is an interesting game. I don't think it's the best learning example, but I thought it was pretty intense. So once again, notice the patience happening here. Just let your hatchery take damage. There's no sense trying to defend it if you just simply don't have the units. Producing a lot of roaches, and he's going to go in for an attack right before the hatchery is about to take critical damage. Goes in, attacking the Thor. Thor's health is dropping, hatchery health dropping. Which one is going to die first? Oh, picks up the Thor. Hatchery has 1 health left. Literally 1 health left. So that was actually really lucky on Paranoid's part. Lucifer tries to drop, snipe the hatch real quick, but loses his Thor immediately. So that was, you know, not as ultra mega skillful stop to that harass. Lucifer chose to not bring SCVs up with him. That could have helped him a lot. Kind of a lucky defense to that anyway. And now he's got roaches, and he knows his opponent spent a lot of time and tech going for that. So he could just go for a little poke there. He's already got his drops, so gets a nice little drop off here. I don't remember if he's going to do a whole lot of damage. Yeah, it does some damage. Not horrible, not great. Probably a trade. Either way, I hope all this was useful to you. If it was, please follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/TrebusSC2. I'm going to be doing more things where I let you decide what my next video is going to be about. So if you're the first person to respond to whatever tweet I put out, I will do whatever video you want me to do. So thank you guys for watching. Peace out. GG. See you later.